my cat Lily. She is an Aries. She is my favorite cat of the bunch. It's okay, I say it. They don't know. They're just cats. This is off topic, but I literally feel like I may have known Lily in another life. Like I bottle fed this cat because I found her when she was a couple weeks old. But anyway, she's a real bitch. She can be a complete psycho. Like, she wouldn't let anyone hold her like this. This is just for me. What I love about Lily, not only is she a flame point Siamese, which makes her the perfect fit to be a fire sign, but she also fits the Aries personality very well. She's loving, she's caring, smart, she's in charge, she's powerful, and she's sometimes mean as fuck. Today, I'm going to tell you all about Aries. Before we get started, if you haven't ever seen one of my videos or any of my astrology videos, you may not know what actual astrology is. We don't take people's sun sign too seriously because you are, in fact, a whole variety of signs. What you've heard before when someone tells you that you're a Sagittarius or a Cancer or Libra, you may have heard of that as your sun sign. Well, you also have a moon sign, a rising sign. All of your planets are in different positions in different houses, and it's extremely complicated. I've actually already done all of the sun signs before. I'm just redoing it with a much more honest take on everything. So I might be a little brutally honest in this. I may hurt your feelings, Aries, and every other sign when I talk about them. This video, whether you're just watching because you have Aries in your life or you are an Aries, keep in mind that you also are a lot of other signs and that this is not the only part of you. So if there are things that you're like, wow, that's not me at all, but some of this is me, you are also being influenced by your moon sign, which is the deep side of you, your rising sign, which is the outer layer of you, and all of your other placements as well. If you are not an Aries, but you think a lot of the things I'm saying are you, chances are you have a lot of Aries in your chart, or you have a strong Aries position in your chart, and that's how you're connecting to it. That being said, I have to just do that every single time because I'm sick of getting comments that are like, oh my god, astrology is so generic. They just tell you something so that everyone believes that there's only 12 personality types. There's not only 12 personality types. Every birth chart is so different. You literally will never meet someone that has the exact same chart as you unless you're maybe a twin and you were born like back to back. If you haven't had a birth chart made for yourself, I did just find a really cool app that a ton of you are gonna like. It's called, I don't remember what it's called because I just found it the other day, but I'll put a link to it in the description box. But this app like literally generates a whole birth chart report, like simplified, and it's really good. It's a really great app. I also have two websites in the description box, one that's a little more complicated and one that's more interactive and easy to understand, and they're both birth chart generators, so maybe you want to generate your birth chart before you watch this video. So Aries. Some famous Aries are James Franco, Aretha Franklin, Peyton Manning, Alec Baldwin, Kourtney Kardashian, Casey Neistat, Logan Paul, Ricky Dillon, Lady Gaga, Lauren Gray, Al Gore, Amanda Bynes, Tyler Oakley, Big Sean, Zoella, Nancy Pelosi, Robert Downey Jr. Aries is the start of the zodiac, and they're normally the start or the leader or initiator of a lot of things in their life. Being the first, they are a natural born leader. They are fire signs, so they can have very strong and overwhelming personalities for other people. I do think Aries are very misunderstood. Aries is ruled by Mars, which is the planet of war. So Aries are naturally very confrontational and aggressive, probably the most out of all of the signs. Because their sign and their energy is so bold and aggressive, only certain people can handle Aries, like other fire signs normally, and it takes a pretty like strong person to handle an Aries. Like, I'm not gonna lie, and I think Aries know that. I am a Taurus, so naturally it's hard for me to sometimes deal with the intensity of an Aries. So I don't have very many of them in my life. It's crazy. I was just looking at like my Facebook friends, and I don't have too many Aries in my life. I have briefly dated an Aries, and it was an interesting experience. He totally cheated on me. And I'm starting to make Aries sound like a really bad sign, which it really isn't. It's actually very important to our society. And I know this video will probably get like a decent amount of dislikes and negative comments because Aries seem to be one of the signs, definitely not the only one, but one of the signs I have noticed are least accepting of flaws or can admit anything, or they just straight up just don't see it in themselves. Aries and fire signs in general are some of the most loving people, but they sometimes can't figure out how to express how much they love you. So sometimes they're really misunderstood because their love can come out in a protecting way, even if that means fighting with you or being extremely honest with you in order to better yourself. I think it's just the way that they communicate. That's how they want to improve people. Aries is one of the most self-centered signs, and that's not always a bad thing. I think people hear the term selfish and they're thinking, oh, you only care about yourself, but that's how Aries does life. They have to put themselves first, their goals, their dreams, because they know that that's how they'll be successful and that's how they will be able to impact the world the best. They have to be assertive. They have to take charge sometimes. Maybe in a group project, and Aries is going to be the one who leads or really tries to make the group successful. If they put other people before them, they'll get so invested in them, because they do. If they get really invested in someone, they really do. They're scared to do that or put themselves behind anyone else, because they need to be the boss. They need to be in charge, and they need to protect themselves before anyone else and sorry, someone just texted me. Protect their ideas, protect their morals. They just need to sometimes be selfish, and it's something I think we can learn from an Aries, you know? I feel like a lot of us don't know when to take time for ourselves, and they do. They understand that, and they need to put themselves first. And this makes Aries seem emotionally detached sometimes, but if you are loved by an Aries, you are loved. Like, that is one thing that I know about an Aries, is that if they love you, they love you. They care about you deeply. They can be some of the most sweet and loving people. I think that often gets overlooked because they can be aggressive sometimes, or they just have such a strong personality that people just don't know what the fuck to do with them sometimes, because they're just so intense. We need Aries. We need leaders. We need the Aries energy. Aries don't really like taking directions from other people. They may even be the type that just skips the directions when they try to put something together. They're like, oh, I'll just figure it out. I don't need instructions because I can do it. They're very self-oriented. They are confident in themselves. They're going to be capable to do things, and they're going to challenge themselves. Aries is very quick. You know, they are fast movers in life. Like, sometimes they are physically very fast. They can be kind of impatient. People who move about the world kind of slower and more laid back kind of freak them out, because they're like, dude. And this kind of makes them sometimes impatient with like strangers. Like, most fire signs, and especially Aries, are extremely aggressive drivers. They get road rage. They can't stand idiots. They can't stand someone who's just doing something fucking wrong and getting in their way. They don't like anyone to get in their way. One thing that I personally really love and kind of hate about Aries is that they're so fucking honest.
I'm over this convo.
Every time I bring up the
shut
F-word.
up. I look fat. Just like 20 pounds overweight.
My diamond earring came off in the ocean and it's gone. Kim, there's people that are dying.
No, I'm gonna tell you what your issue is. It's disgusting to be related to you. He's so dumb. Please don't bring another dummy. You're out. That is so embarrassing for your life and your soul. Call me when you want to be honest.
I've had Aries in my life, and they've said some of the meanest shit I've ever heard to me, but a lot of it was true. They're gonna be that friend that tells you you have bad breath and like helps you get a mint. They're that friend who's going to just tell you when you're being a complete moron. They're gonna tell you when you're dating a bad guy. Very, very honest. They can't lie. They're not the type of people that tell white lies to make anyone feel better, so they don't sugarcoat a lot of things. They're very like real, and that's a really cool thing about an Aries. Does it sometimes hurt my feelings to like get so bluntly told the truth? Yes, but it's also something I really appreciate about Aries, because a lot of the times it's done out of love. They don't mean to hurt you, they just can't keep shit in their head. If it's in their mind, it's gotta come out at some point. And a lot of Aries I have noticed are people who like to journal or record things or maybe do YouTube videos because they like to get everything out. They can sometimes be very quick to anger. They can blow up about something small out of nowhere and just like freak out. But they are normally the type of people that get over things quickly. Like, they'll just be like, oh, like they almost like black out and forget it even happened. They're like, let's move on. But if you really piss an Aries off, and I mean hurt them to their core, chances are they may forgive you, but they will never forget. They do really hold grudges. They will always consider that when being around you, talking to you. Like, they are very aware of mistakes that you have made. Aries are incredibly brave, and they're courageous, and they want to protect people. A lot of them are firefighters or policemen or in the military. They're very just strong in general, and I think that's something that can hurt you as an Aries, is that you want to be so strong for everyone, and you want to be strong for yourself, but sometimes you just need to break down a little bit. They normally hide that type of stuff and try to come across as stronger and more put together than they actually are, which I think is kind of bad for anybody. One thing about Aries is, since they're so quick moving, just want to enjoy as much life as they can, they are very adventurous and outgoing and fun people to be around. They're normally like the life of the party type of people. They're normally very interested in seeing the world and having experiences. They're all about the experience of life. And you know what is so interesting about an Aries too, is they're so like they want life to be good. They want life to be happy and peaceful and harmonious. Sometimes they fuck it up for themselves, but that's what they want. They like to create magical days in their life and, you know, experience things with people. A lot of them are extroverts. Now, don't get confused, not every single Aries is an extrovert. Some can be very shy, depending on the rest of their chart, but a lot of Aries are very outgoing and like confident in themselves.
Blessings on blessings on blessings. Look at my life, man, that's lessons on lessons on lessons. I treat the beat like it's a reverend. I tell the truth like, Father, forgive me, these are all my confessions.
They're very headstrong. I think sometimes something that I've noticed about Aries in my life is they can be very like demanding, and just order you to do something, but they're like, to them, there's nothing wrong with that. They're just communicating that you need to do something so that things can work better. To other people, sometimes it comes across as too brash or blunt or whatever. But Aries are the type of people that are so strong that they don't really care. Like, if you have a negative opinion of them, it might piss them off, but like, they don't really care because they're so focused on themselves and they know they're good.
Funny thing about talking behind my back is that it just keep coming back to me.
Like, an Aries knows that they have such a gift to the world, that they know this about themselves, and a lot of the time they're very confident. They're normally the ones who brag the most on Facebook, I've noticed, or social media. They can be super, super loud. They laugh loud, they're just loud, but they're fun, they're just full of life. Like, they wanna make you laugh, they wanna enjoy something with you. Aries can be kind of vain, have issues with ego. They sometimes can have issues with like jealousy. That's a big issue. One thing that I've noticed about Aries though that I really love about them is that they're just so driven and passionate about whatever it is they choose to be passionate about. Like,
it's hard to feel the rush, to rush the dangerous. I'm gonna run right to the edge with you, where we can both fall in love. I'm on the edge of glory.
whether that's knitting or spelling bee champion or captain of the soccer team. I mean, they're gonna like go at whatever they're doing with as much force as they can. So many Aries are athletes. This is very common. Aries needs to fucking move. Like, they're not the type of person, like, I'm a Taurus, I'm fine just chilling. Aries like need to physically move. Like, fire signs in general are very athletic normally. A lot of professional athletes are Aries. They want to be the best.
Peyton Manning has just passed Drew Brees for the single season NFL record, the most passing yards ever in NFL history, 5,477 yards. He's got 55 on the season. What a year for Peyton Manning.
They need that physical thing. And whether that's like, you know, a runner or a wrestler or a ballet dancer or someone who's really into like yoga, it's going to come out in some way. One thing about Aries I've noticed is they're the ones who love to post about it. These are gonna be your bodybuilder friends that are posting pictures of their protein shake. Like, they're gonna post their yoga positions. They're going to post bodybuilding competitions or their soccer trophies or whatever it is. They're like gonna be posting athletic pictures, whether that's just gym shots, if they're social media users. Aries are doers. They're the get shit done people of the world.
Fuck a vacay, I feel better at work. I mean, whatever it's worth, I give whatever I'm worth. For an overtime on the overtime, yeah, I'm not invested, but you can't attest it. $1 million goals managed to manifest it. I pay my mortgage and electric.
If you give an Aries a task and they want to do it, they're going to do it, and they're gonna do it good.
Top of the rap game and progressing, check after check, checking off my checklist.
One aspect of a Aries is they're first in the zodiac, like I said. So they're sometimes the closest to childhood. They're like the youngest people at heart. They can sometimes be 5-year-olds trapped in a 30-year-old's body. They love to play. They normally like kids. They normally like to have kids. They're the types of people that like Disney movies and toys and games. They're somewhat childlike like that. I think that's what makes them like so quick to react to things, like a child, or impatient or impulsive. They can be really impulsive, but this also leads to their spontaneous fun side that I love about them. Aries are strong people. They're survivors. If they've been through shit, they are strong. They're some of the strongest people you may know. If they do get in an argument with you, they normally feel really bad after, and they may not show it, but like it's eating them up inside. They can sometimes have trouble apologizing because they don't want to admit that there's anything wrong with them, and they are good fighters. They're just good at arguing. Like, they'll make you think that you said something stupid when I've had so many fights with Aries where I like say something and they're like, yeah, that's what I've been saying the whole time, and I'm like, no, you didn't, and they like somehow make you think you were the one that was wrong even if you're the one that was right. Or if you're mad at them, they'll be like, get over it, you know? Just sometimes they don't get it because they can get over it and move on in life, which is a great thing that they have. They get restless. They need to seek out something. They need to put themselves in new situations. They like meeting new people, going to parties. They are just can be a really social butterfly. They have a heart of gold, man. They truly do. Like, they are very sweet and caring people deep down. If you piss them off, don't think they're gonna be sweet and nice to you, but if they really care about you, they will. The people that make it into an Aries heart are so loved. They're very passionate when it comes to sex. Mars is also the planet that rules over sex drive, so they can be very aggressive lovers because they're passionate. Sometimes they're really, really funny, and they're definitely gonna be the ones that are laughing the loudest at things. I think one thing that I just always love about Aries is I always come back to the fact that they're just so damn real. They're just so anti-bullshit, like they just can't do it. Their bullshit radar is strong. But if you have an Aries in your life and they love you, cherish that. Because if you do have an Aries in your life that loves you, after they help themselves, they're going to help you. But first they gotta run like fucking 10 miles because they can't function without running.
1 mile, 2 miles, 3, 4 miles, 5 miles. That's 7 miles. That's 8. That's 9, 10, 11 miles, 12 miles. All right, mile 14, 15, 16 miles, 17, 18, 19, that's 20. And even 21 miles. Great Sunday run.
Okay, not every Aries runs. So let me know what you think if you are an Aries, but if you're an Aries, don't take advantage of it. Remember that you are strong and you can do anything you put your mind to. You're a tough person, you're a driven person, you are relentless. You just persevere like no one else. But that's it. That's what I think about Aries, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe. I'm gonna be doing all of the sun signs throughout the year when it is their season. I make new videos on Tuesday, Thursday, and sometimes a surprise video on Sunday, and all of my videos go up at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. But that's it for me today, guys. I hope you're having a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye.
I came to win, to fight, to conquer, to thrive. I came to win, to survive.